We're digging deeper on a story of an 8th grade student who took pot brownies to school in Corning. Many parents are upset over what happened, saying he didn't receive a just punishment. KRCR News Channel 7's Boris Sanchez tried to figure out what kind of a punishment that student would face if it happened in Shasta County. Boris, what did you find out?
Mark, I met with a Shasta County school administrator today who says he's glad he wasn't put in that situation because he says it's extremely tricky.
You've never dealt with anything similar to this situation?
Never dealt with it. We've dealt with issues, but not this one. Obviously has some unique aspects that we have not dealt with.
Jim Cloney is the superintendent for Shasta District High Schools. He also served as a counselor and principal at Anderson Middle School for almost a decade. Cloney says that at the middle school level, a school liaison officer who worked on campus typically would handle any reports of kids having drugs at school.
I know the Ed Code is permissive in terms of whether you notify law enforcement or not. Certainly, the middle school experience I had, we had the benefit of having a school resource officer on our campus. So whenever there was an issue, the school resource officer was involved, and that has much to do with the officer being right there. We were always trying to be proactive.
But at Maywood Middle School in Corning, there is no liaison officer. Last month, a Maywood 8th grader and the son of a school board member confessed to handing out pot brownies to several of his friends. He was suspended for 5 days, but many outraged parents, like Luke Green, expected a harsher punishment. Green voiced his concern at Wednesday night's Corning Union Elementary School Board meeting.
Is it against the law?
We're following the education code.
Is it against the law to bring drugs to a school campus?
School board officials defended the penalty, saying it's the typical punishment handed out to other kids caught with marijuana at school for the first time. Though Cloney didn't want to speculate what kind of disciplinary action he would take in the same situation, he did say he typically prefers to notify law enforcement as a preventative measure.
Our policy on virtually any drug offenses, we notify law enforcement.
And why do you think that's important?
Well, we want to make sure we have the full scope of services available to students. Obviously, we're trying to prevent students from bringing drug or alcohol to campus. We want to make sure that our students and our parents understand we're taking these situations seriously, and we're going to do everything we can to prevent it.
I also spoke with an officer at Reading Police over the phone to get their take. Lieutenant Colby Heston told me that the department usually lets administrators handle similar incidents at their own discretion, but he also told me he hopes administrators would contact police. Boris Sanchez, KRCR, News Channel 7.